Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? Welcome to Knicks Freestyle. Without further ado, let me bring in the boss, the owner, the creator, the producer, the director of Knicks Freestyle, Freaky. What's good, bro?
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Ain't nothing, my man. What's good? It's always a pleasure. What's good? What's good, my people?
Chilling, bro.
What up, chat? Salute. Salute to every one of y'all. You rock out with me. I'm rocking out with you.
Bim, bim, bim.
Don't forget. Don't forget. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button.
Hey,
Subscribe.
subscribe.
Stay abreast.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey, so the trade deadline's tomorrow.
Word. Word. People were trying to tell me, oh, Mitch is gonna be gone. This person gonna be gone. Blah, blah, blah. Man, we good. You see all that activity over this last weekend, though. You
Yeah.
see all that activity. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. This teams. Yo, this league. I feel like this league really be massaging the Lakers nuts.
Yeah.
Pause. No Diddy.
Right. Right.
Yo, like Gobert gets traded 4 firsts. Mikal gets traded 5, possibly 6 firsts.
Right.
Luca, 25-year-old MVP candidate,
Right.
just came off of taking his team to the finals. Probably like one of the top 3 players in the NBA, and I will say again, 25,
25.
six, yo, 6-time All-Star,
Right.
25 years old,
Right.
gets traded for AD and a first.
Right. Hey, I got somebody for you.
Yo,
I got somebody for you. I thought I sent this to I thought I sent this to my guy. Right. Let me send. I thought I put it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Bulls,
Yeah. I got somebody who had beef with you for a minute. Um. And
Bulls,
yeah.
three-team trade, gets rid of Levine. And they got back nothing.
Right. And yeah. Right. All right.
Nothing.
Yo.
Salute,
Cow,
salute, guys. How you doing?
yo, I've been wanting to see Cowboy, yo.
I had a
Yo,
feeling.
ask Freezy how many times I was asking Freezy to ask him, yo, tell Cowboy to pull up. I gotta apologize to this man. I told him to have you pull up.
Yo, it's up to him to
I'm
pull up.
apologize to you about I'm apologize to you about this one thing. The cat thing that we had at the beginning of the season.
Right.
He turned out to be a lot better, specifically in the paint
Right.
than he's ever been, and that I thought that he was gonna be.
Right.
Forgive me for not having had the evidence prior.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all were believers, that's dope. I didn't see it before. He had a very long career already. I just did not think that he had it in him. He got it in him. But I'm going to say this. He's still not what we need as a 5 defensive.
Mm.
Now
I'm
we
going
go.
to say that. I'm going to say that.
You a mind
And
reader?
when I say that, and when I say that, that's with a caveat. It's not a bad thing that he's not equivalently elite defensively. Why?
Oh boy.
Because energy isn't infinite.
Right.
You especially at his spot. You could be a two-way player as a wing, as a guard. Being a two-way player from the actually most important defensive spot on the court is you definitely got to be Shaq.
Yeah.
You got to be that's Shaq. That's Olajuwon. That's
Tim.
you as a big like that. You got to be upper echelon all time to actually do elite work offensively and elite work defensively. So I'm not even going to hold that against him. I still say I want him at the 4 and Mitch at the 5.
Freaky. Hey, Cowboy Bob, let me just say this real quick. So, Freaky, if you do understand that Mitchell Robinson as a starting center has never been on a team with a top 10 defensive rating. Never. And right now, as we speak, Karl-Anthony Towns as a starting center is on a team that's ranked 8th in defensive rating. And so I don't want this to be about Mitch, right? I don't want this to be about Mitch right now. My point is not about Mitch because I like Mitch and I come across as a Mitch hater and I understand that. But Mitch has never been the starting center of a top 8 defensive rating team. Cowboy Bob, what's good, bro?
No, and I'm good. I'm just surprised he had to apologize. Thank you. I appreciate it. But
that's foul freezy. That's foul freezy that you never even really attempted to reach out to him when I told you that.
No,
though. That's foul.
He has. I've been working. He's called me.
That's up to him.
Yeah.
Me and you said it live.
You
said it live when he was in the chat.
Yeah, you did. That's what I'm saying. Like he's been telling me, like, yo, come on. But I've been busy with work.
My fault.
It's cool. But no,
my bad, Freezy. My bad, Freezy. I take it back.
No, I want to say something about Mitch.
I ain't bothered.
But I ain't trying to talk about Mitch all night. I just think the way this team is moving, I don't want no trades. I just want to have a year to sit back and enjoy everything. And I think Mitch coming off the bench, giving you 20 minutes and actually planting his feet on the screens, actually helping out with the rebound and the defense and actually take charges, which is what he was supposed to be doing because that's what he was working on. I think that's easier for him to contribute than him creating offense like a jump shot or handles or whatever. So for me, I value Mitch coming off the bench, giving Cat a 5-minute breather between quarters, working with our dude Precious that we have right now, trying to work with Ariel and Sims, like have those guys come up and let Mitch be the lead dominator that he is. Because what you're gonna do now, he's gonna help us defensively, and if he can work on his screens, he can help Cameron Payne get to his wide open spacing off of a screen, or even McBride, who could come off of a screen and cut the defense. So there's plenty of other ways we can use Mitch, but the Mitch that we all know him as, I don't think he should come back as that because there's nothing wrong with what he brings. I'm just saying your role has changed because look at how the team's role has changed. We've had improvements in our defense the last 10 games. We've made adjustments. We've all even looked at it and said, oh, this was smart. This is that. Especially Unc was like, look, he brought all his free throw shooters in. I didn't think Tibbs would do that. I started cracking up when I heard that. But the way they're working, we got to let this rock, man. We might not see this again. And I think that this is a good thing. And the reason why I say Cat, wait, hold on real quick. I'm almost done. The reason why I say Cat was a good thing at that time, it was new energy. It was a guy who wants to be here from New York. We know Bridges was good, but Bridges is
he's not from New York.
Yeah, he ain't Cat.
He from the New York area. He from
the New York area.
Cat ain't from the. So is Kyrie. So is Brunson. Brunson's from another spot in Jersey too.
Yeah, but come on.
Bro, Metuchen is closer than Yonkers.
Yeah, it is.
Cat is just Dominican, and that's his affinity to New York. Like,
but that's
I hear y'all, but like he's not from New York. Let's Kemba is from New York.
You got to be born in the Bronx to be considered a New Yorker.
I'm not even gonna say born in. Where you went to high school, me personally, I consider where you went to high school where you from.
So Jalen Brunson's from Chicago.
Yeah. Then I'm from
Yeah.
New Jersey because I
Yeah.
went to Jersey high school. I'm born in the Bronx though, born and raised. Like
I hear you. You were born in New York, but like your personality, you're who you the like the little grown up that forms in high school.
mm-hmm.
That's really like that's where you take your area into who
Like
you
your formidable years. They
become.
call it formidable. They call it formidable years.
Yeah.
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 So I'm not gonna say you from Jersey, but like especially if you
Yeah.
came back to New York right after, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna
Yeah.
take that from you. But you see
Okay.
what I'm saying.
I see, but
You see what
it's
I'm saying.
it's a lot that I
But
think.
Mo Bamba from the Bronx.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's a lot
Kyrie,
that I think that we need to just
Kyrie
like.
from East Orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He never claimed New York.
Yeah.
Nobody claim it. We don't claim him as being from New York or this New York area.
Y'all can't because
And he closer
from
than him.
Jersey.
And he closer than him.
Yeah.
Right, because he's from Jersey. Everybody know Jersey got the better basketball players, bro. What are we talking about?
Let's
My-
let's let's relax. Let's relax. Jordan was born in Brooklyn.
But you said formidable years. Hey, Cowboy Bob, didn't he say formidable
I'm
years?
Yep, that's what I was
I
gonna
feel
say.
you.
You
I
sure?
feel you. I
North
feel you, but
Carolina.
he took some of that oxygen. He took some of that. His first breaths was
That's what
New
y'all call
York
the air in
basketball.
Portland? That's what y'all call
But
the
he
air in
from
Portland?
North Carolina. Yeah, dog, you know why New York? You know why they call New York the Mecca of basketball? It has nothing to do with the Knicks and has nothing to do with Madison Square Garden. It has
Rucker Park.
everything to do with Rucker Park. It has everything to do with the park on fourth in the village. It has everything to do with the fact of how much we love basketball out here.
But have you ever
I'm
been
with
to
you. I'm with you.
Texas? Like I've been to Texas, and they love
Yeah,
basketball
my
too.
mom's live in Texas.
They love basketball
They
too.
can
That's
love it.
almost
Hey,
like
shout out to
football.
Texas. Shout out
They
to
can
Texas.
love it. I get them football.
Yeah.
They got football. They got space out there. They can run around. Yeah, nah. You know why you ain't taking basketball from us? Because basketball, different than stuff like football or baseball, like, oh, you need space to play those games. Basketball, oh, we making a hoop. We turning this
No
crate into a
carton.
hoop and we playing
Yeah.
right here on this asphalt 5 by like you in a city. The only other city I would say that rivals that I've been physically, I could say I've seen it myself is Chicago in terms of like how they basketball cats love basketball.
hmm I remember them days playing milk carton out under the street light, hooking it up under the street light, making up the
What?
basket, no backboard. You had to like learn. You had to learn how to make
And
a
them
layup.
games were serious.
Oh heck yeah,
Had to learn.
heck yeah.
Had
No
to
blood, no
learn.
foul. Yeah, I remember that. I give you that,
No,
but
no such thing. No such thing as a non-physical basketball game.
oh
No
yeah,
such thing.
yeah, I believe
Like you
that.
get in touch. You out there, you get in touch.
Yeah, those are the good days. But for me, it's like I said, Cat brought something that
Oh,
we've never seen. So it's like, to be honest with you, with all these trades going on, I think it's time for us to take a step back from the limelight. Like
No,
De'Aaron
I
Fox,
don't want to do no trades, bro.
yeah, like De'Aaron Fox is now in San Antonio. They remaking the Tony Parker and Tim
that
Duncan era part two. So if
that
you
is
look
the
at
scariest
everything,
one of all the trades this
yeah,
weekend. In my
yeah,
opinion, that one I could say Lucas, but not they not gonna make no noise really for real this season. I don't think. But like De'Aaron Fox and
yep,
Tony Parker and all day,
that's
they
all it
just
is.
recreated a legendary team. Is what I think.
And the funny
That's
part is
oh
he can shoot the three ball because that's his part of his game. Plus, he learned with Steph. So when you look at his game, it's modeled after Steph somewhat now to where he's no longer downhill. So he's developing his game to more of a side to side jump shooter.
Let
And
me let me
that to me, go
let
ahead.
me let me ask y'all this. Y'all are y'all concerned about this Celtics game Saturday night on ABC, nationally televised game?
hell yeah, yes. No, when I say concerned, I think we'll win. But like honestly, it's the games. Is the next game against the Bulls. I mean the Bulls against Boston and against Cleveland. That like I need us to win, and I feel like that those two wins will put us in a different kind of pole position, kind of like feel and atmosphere and attitude. I
I
need those two wins. I need them. I
I
need them.
wanted I wanted the Rockets to win, and I knew that was going to happen because I said it. I was like, if we lose to the Lakers, I don't mind winning against the Rockets, but for me, it's important to win against Boston because what I've seen the last 15 games, we haven't lost games unless teams are hitting their shots. Like they got to be hitting above. Like if you look at the 3 pointers when we lost against LA, they hit all their 3 pointers. We couldn't shut that down. Every team that has beaten us got on a hot streak to where we couldn't stop them because they were hitting threes. But for the most part, our defense is all well together. So for me, I want Boston because this is the see without OG how we can be with the possibilities.
how y'all like the Josh Hart Landry Shamet matchup against Jason Tatum?
I want to see if they're ready because now is a time in the regular season to test those theories before the playoffs come. Because when the playoffs come, one game can change the whole thing. But we got like another two more games with Boston, which we can make adjustments to prepare for that. And based off of this game, they should be in playoff mode right now.
Right. Okay.
And I expect Josh Hart to get a triple double, 20 points. I'm rooting for you, bro. I've been fighting
And
for you since
Boston
day
gonna
one.
be and Boston. Yo, Josh Hart has actually become my favorite player. Yo,
Mm,
that dude, he's been the most consistent. He's been the most consistent cat all season.
okay.
That guy.
But the one
That
thing
guy.
though,
And it's
if Josh,
and
go ahead. No, my fault. Go
not
ahead.
wait, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now I would just say the one thing I wish
And
he had was the Randall effect to where he could pull Brunson to the side and be like, "Yo, get your head out of your bet, but we need you to do this and that." He has his like they on that level to where he could say what he needed to say. But if he had that
but
extra
he
Randall
don't.
in him, he would be yeah, because he'll be able to really gel this team together and be that guy. Right now, he's like finger putty as opposed to glue.
Okay.
Yeah, I I I really feel like that element, like it doesn't have. I wouldn't even call it Randall, but like I feel like that's a piece that we're missing on the team. Like we don't have that guy. Uh like
Yeah. Well,
a Mook or like
Uh-oh.
you know what I'm saying? Like just like
Like
a
how quickly
head
he was off
case
the
a little
bench.
bit.
Yeah.
Like
right.
that's like a little bit of a head case. Like we don't have that. We don't have that one dude that's just like a wild card. Like you ain't gonna roll the dice on the you ain't even in a win. You ain't gonna roll the dice on the joint because he might hook off on you. You don't even
Yeah.
know. Like we
Right.
don't
Yeah.
have that.
Like a
We don't
Rasheed
have that
Wallace.
guy. We just need one dude like that. One dude.
But here the thing though, for me, I was always taught real G's move in silence. And if Mitch just come out and play and he's silent, that right there will be an improvement. That's why I said this team is very well put together. It's just I think we're used to having, that dog or that guy like that to where we can't see the forest beyond two trees. You know, that's why I said I don't want no trades. I want them to keep working because what they did with the Rockets, how they came back, we had a 10-point lead. We did 10-0 run with 2 minutes in the first 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Then the Rockets came back. Like that game looked like a playoff. I was there like, I can't get my eyes off this TV set. I'd be mad, happy, and the way they played that game shows that they have heart and there's something there because they did it without OG. So only imagine how well we would be when he comes back. Because OG from day one came in, he don't need no coaching, he just fit. So for him to come back and we're like this, I think I want Boston. I want to knock their heads off. I can understand Cleveland, but Cleveland has been together for years. We just got this team together this year. But Boston, I want them because
So
that first game.
should we just wait till next year? Is the expectation?
No, 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 no.
Nah.
I say this year,
See,
Eastern
I
Conference
was letting
Finals.
him finish. I was letting him
Nah,
finish, but I
Eastern
definitely
Conference
wanted to
Finals.
address that. Like because we were considered contenders already before the trades. And then after the trades, I was told that we got better. I think the expectations should still be the same. Like I expect, and I'm looking at them. This is a finals. I want to. I feel like this team. We should see this team in the finals. This
Yeah.
is what my personal feeling is. I'm biased. I'm a fan. Whatever. But I feel like this team, as compared to the field, right now at this moment, this team should be in the final. And when I talk about Mitch coming back, right? There's a certain thing that Mitch brings when he's on the court, and it's a presence. Like people, like teams respect Mitch now. Like you're not taking some of the shots that you take around other bigs around Mitch. You sit like you that the a cat like a dude like Trey Young doesn't even come into the paint when Mitch is in the paint. So like that presence, whether you want him off the bench, this, that, the other, this, that, whatever, but that presence can only add to what we're doing right now. And I think that it would make it more fearsome because now on the opposite end, you have something bigger to fear. Like we're elite on the offensive end, but now back on the defensive end, you got to deal with it. You got to deal with elite team at every spot. That's what I want.
I'm gonna throw a rock in your shoe, like Unc likes to say.
I don't throw them in people's shoes. I just place them there.
Okay, he played. I'm gonna throw
Yeah,
him.
I'm classy. I'm classy, bro. Come on, I'm classy, bro. What do you think? You think I'm a
He's
wild
like,
man,
I'm gonna
bro?
just drop it in and leave it.
Yeah, come on.
Me, I'm like, no, we take. I'm sorry, New York and me, man. But no, the thing about that is previous to like what I've said earlier about how we lost our games to teams hitting their shots, and you can't prepare for that. But if you look, most of the teams that are beating us, they're not. The only time you see them driving to the rack is like athletic dudes, because we do know that Cat has a problem with smaller defense against a smaller center that actually is athletic. That's how we've lost a lot of games. I'm
and
not knocking that.
guards.
But what I'm also saying though is they've made Mitchell Robinson less irrelevant because now you see teams shooting more deeper mid-range shots and three-point shots. So yeah, they may not get into that paint, but that's how we lost a lot of games. So now what you're doing is you're not actually helping us. You're exposing into their play to where at our weakest point, our weakness is perimeter defense. Now, because Mitchell's there, oh, we could just shoot more three-pointers. We could do more of the long ball because now the long rebounds, if Josh Hart ain't on the court or OG ain't on the court to get the angles, now we're at a disadvantage with Mitchell. That's why I said for me, his
Yo,
best asset would be pick and rolls to set up the guards like Payne, McBride, even Brunson, to where they can get off and he could come off the side and get those dunks and he can still get his rebounds.
Yeah,
watching the game,
I hear you. But
watching the
last
game
game,
yesterday,
Mitchell Robinson played in. The Knicks gave
watching
up
the game yesterday,
points and lost. You
They
want proof?
did?
I'll show. I'll
bro.
show you the proof.
It,
I'll show you the proof.
bro,
Okay.
it, it's not, it's not everything. Like it's not like Mitch is coming back to be some kind of superhero savior. This team
Oh, okay. See,
that
I'm with
is
you now.
more
I'm with you.
offensively,
I'm with you
this
now.
this team that is now more offensively gifted than we've ever seen. Our only hole in the whole setup is defense. Like, or I should say, like, that's a part that we are not super elite yet at at multiple positions. And you insert Mitch, now we are elite, in my opinion, on both ends of the ball.
But where you met
I feel
where
like I feel like that's higher scoring games, and against lower scoring opponents.
okay, but what I'm gonna say to comedy that, like to play devil's advocate, even though he don't need a lawyer, the thing is about that is when our defense, even Unc just said it, we're eighth in defense.
In team rating,
in
yeah.
team rating. What more improvement on defense can a guy like Mitchell bring to make us what we're going to do? Go from 8 to 5? But that, don't get me wrong, the difference between going from 1 and 2 is far greater than going from 8 to 5. So for me, it's like Mitch is setting the screens, doing the pick and rolls, helping out our offense. Now he's even more of a threat because when teams have to rely on the mid range, Mitch is already ready. He's already down there battling them. Because a lot of times you ain't gonna hit all your 3-pointers. You're gonna have to attack the mid range. So now with his offense, because most of our points are from transitional defense, because we get into transition, Josh Hart pushed the ball, Bridges push the ball, and we get the fast points. That's based off a good defense. So there's not that much that Mitch can do defensively that I feel we need. I
Let me
think
let me jump let me
offense.
jump in here and just say something real quick.
You saw
So the truth
Cat
is,
was playing with Huck Porty yesterday.
Yeah.
That's I envision that to an even more lethal degree with Mitch. Like I doubt when if Sims isn't traded by today, I mean by tomorrow, we'll never see Sims play again in a Knicks jersey when Mitch comes back. But I'm gonna tell you, watching how Cat played with Huck Porty yesterday, yes, I definitely see him playing with Mitch and loving it. And it's funny because he even said, I think a reporter was one of the post game questions. A reporter was asking him about, or they was asking him about the about playing the 4 and if he's uncomfortable, like because he was playing the 4 next to Huck Porty, and he was like, oh, I thought I came here to play the 4. He said that. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think we're being a little bit too rigid positionally with these dudes. I think that we are, and I think that they do. Like,
are you saying
especially like Cat,
that are you saying that the NBA All-Star starting center should change positions for Mitchell Robinson?
No, it should change positions for the team to be better.
Bro, I showed you proof that the Knicks have the 8th ranked defense in the NBA, and we're talking about this defense as if
and we can get to first.
Bro, Mitchell Robinson has this right here is false. Mitchell Robinson as a starter has never been on a top 10 ranked defense. Ever.
He's never played with this team.
Never.
He's never played with this team.
No,
he hasn't played with this team.
Never.
He hasn't played with this team though.
But
the Cat is on the floor with Jalen Brunson and Josh
But
Hart.
what? This is Cat's first year here too. Like he's never played with this level of players. Bro, so what are you saying? He's still come back from injury. He hasn't played yet.
Bro,
he was doing what he was doing with the Cats that we had on the other team. This is a whole different team makeup.
No,
than when he last played.
Why can't we ever give other players? The thing about Mitch, right? I be wanting to be on the side with y'all, but y'all always discount what other people do because of Mitch.
Yep.
That's why we be wilding against the Mitch conversation. Right? Y'all be talking like Mitchell Robinson beat up Chuck Norris at the gas station, bro. Right? Mitchell Robinson beat Mighty Mouse in an arm wrestling contest. Right? Mitchell Robinson never.
It's not my problem that Mitch got your panties in a bunch. I'm just saying that he's a plus. You can take that how you want to on some like weird ass tangent. Go ahead. But I'm saying he's a plus. I'm not saying, let's get Mitch. Let's get Mitch. He's a savior. Right? In addition to what we got, like he's a plus. If we are at 8 right now, defensively, I definitely think he could help us get to a lower number than that. That's a plus.
But then you still miss out on the offense. You still miss out on the stuff
No,
that
you
Cat
don't,
brings.
dude.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, you
Yeah,
do.
you do.
what are you talking about?
Yeah, you
Okay,
do.
You don't miss out on what he brings, because you, as like I was saying, I'm watching him play with Huck Porty yesterday, and it didn't affect his game.
but there's a
What do you
difference
think he's
though.
gonna? So
No.
he's not gonna score 20 plus per game. He's not gonna average 20 plus per game. Bro, we're scoring 140 points. We don't need to score 140 points to win a game.
But in this
Especially if
NBA,
your
you
defense is
do.
keeping, especially if your defense is keeping teams to like 110, 109. If your defense can consistently do that, which we can,
But we're doing that without
then
Mitch.
you
Thank you.
then you
That's what I was
don't
gonna
need
say.
to no, you don't. It's not about helping Mitch. A team that's more balanced, that has an elite defense and an elite offense, is a more sturdy team.
But
Because
oh,
sometimes you don't have it. Because sometimes your shot is off. Sometimes you don't have it offensively. A seven game series in the playoffs. One of those games, your shot's gonna be off, and you need to rely on some elite defense.
okay.
Yeah,
Can I
I
can I
agree.
can I, can I say
I
something
agree with
about
you.
that with Cat
I'm with you.
starting and with Mitchell Robinson? What do you use Mitchell Robinson on offense?
Can't start and Mitchell Robinson. What are we talking about?
I mean, he
The
said
same
the
way
Cat
he
and
was
Mitchell
using,
at the
the
5
same
and
way
4.
Huck Porty, the same way Huck was being used.
But haven't you
Same
seen
way,
Cat get in the post a lot more this season? Haven't you seen Cat play more off the boards and
bro.
getting tip-ins? That's what I'm
I
talking about.
go
You're
with
gonna
my
take
eye.
that.
I saw it. I
Yeah, but you're
saw it.
gonna
I
take that
literally,
away.
we all saw it.
Yeah,
No,
but you're
we
taking
didn't.
that
He
part.
was
You're
he
taking
was just as effective.
no,
He
because
was
there's a
just as
difference. With
effective,
Hucka Porty is there to learn. So whatever Cat tell him to do, he's gonna do. Mitchell Robinson and Cat have a different
bro.
type of dynamic,
He was
meaning that. Go ahead. I
he
was
was
just simply
moving
trying to
in
say
the
Hucka
same
Porty would
spaces.
listen.
He was moving in the same space. You're assuming that Mitch won't listen. Where does that even come from?
I'm not saying that he's not listening. I don't think
So
that
now
Mitch
Mitch is
has
a
the
hard head.
athletic
No, Mitch
ability.
ain't no. We ain't gonna do. Mitch is not a hard head, bro. We ain't
No, no,
no.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is what I mean by listening. This is what I mean by listening. The fact that Huckaporty has the ear to listen, one, and to actually do it athletically, move his feet, because that's one of the biggest things that I was saying about him. He can move his feet. He's very agile, light on his toes. He's at a younger age to where he can move and he's healthy to where it looked good. But when you look at Mitchell Robinson, an older Mitchell Robinson coming off of injuries, he's not going to move like a younger rookie player, one. And two, he's not going to be in that open mind as
Oh,
he is.
hold
What do
That's what
you
I'm saying.
mean? What do you
Like,
mean?
for example, when you have a guy like Huckaporty
yo,
and
yo,
Cat's telling
y'all
him,
really, yo, you know
yeah,
It
what?
ain't y'all.
I,
Freaky,
it's
it's not
me.
y'all. It's y'all. I'm gonna step
yo,
out on it.
wow, yo,
I'm gonna step out on
yo,
it.
honestly, we at two different ends of the spectrum. I can't
Yeah.
even,
What I'm simply saying
yo,
is this.
wow,
What I'm saying is this.
what up,
It's
yo,
easier to teach Huckaporty what to do with Cat than I think it would be for Mitch, because now you're moving Cat, who's been playing all year at center, to the 4 spot with Mitchell Robinson. That's a whole different position. That's a whole bunch of different moves that they both have to work on, as opposed to having
he's
Huckaporty at the
been
4,
playing the four. He's
but
been
he's never
playing.
been this
You think
productive.
he's playing the five all game? He's not. He was playing the four when Sims is on the floor. He's playing the four when he's playing the fours. He's been playing the four for stretches. What do you mean? I don't
What I
understand what you're
You're talking
saying.
about?
I'm,
Okay,
I'm with
because
I'm with Hinton Murphy on this. Why can't we just be excited when Mitch come back, as opposed to making excuses about how Mitchell Robinson is going to save the universe? Why can't we just embrace the fact that
No,
he
but
will come back healthy?
if it's not one exaggeration in one direction, it's exaggeration in a whole other direction.
But
Nobody ain't say nothing about Mitch being no savior, no this, that, and the other. What I'm excited about, especially as a Knicks fan who actually sees the importance of the toppest shelf defense you can have, is that I'm excited at the prospect of that, as him being a part of that,
right,
not all of that, but a part of that
what a
that
part
helps
of it.
us get to that.
I'm so Freaky. I'm with you right there where you at, right there, man. Let Mitch come back. Let him live, bro. Let him live. Let him come
Yo,
back.
Cat, yo,
Be in shape.
people have selective memory, but it's cool because before Mitch went down, that first time last season, he was defensive player of the year candidate.
You said,
But
wait. Freaky said, but before he went down the first time, like, how do you justify a comment like before he went down the first time? That means
hold
Mitch went
on,
down multiple times.
don't get me started. Don't get me started, because like Cat gets saved from that injury joint because like the last 5 seasons, Mitch has actually played more basketball games than Cat. While we continue to kick his back in, let's relax. Let's
Man,
relax.
Cat has
Let's
more.
relax.
Cat has more
Let's
accolades.
relax.
Cat has more accolades in 1 year than Mitchell Robinson had
Indeed.
in his whole career. Right? We comparing
Indeed.
Cat
And he's also an
this is what
injury
I'm
risk.
talking about.
And he's
Exactly.
also
This is
an
what it
injury
sounds
risk.
like when Doves cry.
If
This
he
is
could be
what it sounds
healthy,
like when
if
Doves
he could
cry.
be healthy,
Right here.
if he could be healthy, so can if he can be healthy, so can Mitch.
Bro, come
If
on.
he can be healthy, so can Mitch.
Nah.
Why Mitch can't be healthy if Cat can be healthy?
I think that they're both going to help each other, but
Cat gets,
you can't just use
yeah,
one.
they're
You
gonna
can't.
make each other's job easier.
But in the aspect of getting Cat rest, in the aspect of getting Cat when he's in foul trouble, we have another big to go to and not rely on, anybody else. That's why I think Mitch's greatest value is. That's why I said if he helps out on the offense, we're good. But to me, I'm not expecting Mitch to come back and have the same season he did before. It's impossible. He just came off injuries. But the way the Knicks are moving, the way everything's going, I think we're in the right place. We don't need no change. That's why I said no trades. But I got a joke for you real quick, Free Keith. Before I told Unc already. You want to hear something funny? You know what I heard on X, they said about what caused the Luka Doncic trade. Guess what?
What?
Dallas was so interested in Sims that because they weren't able to get Sims, they were able to get AD from LA and traded Luka. I say, wait, what? They
And
said yes
this is
because
why
of
the Mitch
Sims.
Robinson conversation get crazy, bro.
I just had to throw a joke in there for a
This
pause.
is all Freaky fault. It's live on tape.
If he cats who seriously believe these nonsense joints, like either they watch no basketball or they like their logic sensors is all the way off. Like, oh,
Yep.
word, they couldn't get Sims, so they settled for AD. Okay.
This is why the Mitchell Robinson conversation get crazy, bro. This is why the Mitchell Robinson conversation get crazy, bro. Legit, Mitchell Robinson's backup is more valuable than Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Bro, see what I'm talking about, man? Free Keith is all your fault, bro. It's all your
Yo,
fault.
you know how bananas that sounds? Yeah, like that.
I'm telling you,
Wow,
some
man.
things they say is just be. That's why I say like this time. I think we need to be Knicks fans. I'm grateful for what we have. This is a good year thus far.
Oh, thus far, but I have
haven't been this
expectations.
happy.
I have expectation.
I honestly since the '90s, I haven't been this excited about basketball. It's been a while, and
I
I'm not
agree.
saying championship or
I
nothing. I'm
agree.
just saying watching the games like. Dude, what's going on? It's either we lose really, really bad, or we fight back and win, or we lose by a buzzer beater. It's it's
Let me
more
feed
closer.
one rumor to you real quick. I'm sorry, Ed, because we only get like an hour to do this, so I'll be trying to squeeze as much in as possible. Pause. So what do y'all take? How do y'all look at the James Dolan support of Ariel Hukporty, and then all of a sudden Ariel Hukporty is getting significant minutes? How do y'all read into that?
I hate to say it, trade
Yo,
value.
yeah, there's trade value, and there's also like, yo, sometimes you get your blessings from above, yo. Like, we all have those favor moments in our life.
Right.
He got a good little favor moment, and it might have swung the whole balance of power for him.
Next thing you know, Ariel Hukporty is getting mad minutes.
I seen
I
him
tell
come
you
out
what,
before
I
Sims.
he's going to continue to come out before Sims. And when Mitch comes back, if Sims is still here, you won't see him again on the court. If all those guys are healthy, definitely Huck Porty is coming on before him, and he's going to get the scrap minutes.
I like Huckaporty. He's been doing really well.
You like who?
I love him.
Ariel.
I love him.
You know I always mess up with that.
Who do you like?
Huckaporty.
Who?
Airport.
Is it Huck Porty or Huck Porty? It's Huck Porty.
It's Huck Porty.
Right?
What are we talking about? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That man said Huckaportia. What's this, a country? This man called that man a country.
He playing for his Olympic team.
Yeah. Cowboy Bob out here playing Scrabble with that man's name, bro. You getting extra points for extra letters, Cowboy Bob? Yeah, man.
But yeah, he's either gonna work his way into being a nice trade piece, or
I had a phone call.
or he's gonna be like our backup of the future, possibly even starting at some point.
I respect y'all's stance on this. My stance on it is I don't want the Knicks to make a trade at all. I think what we have is on the roster. Don't trade Mitch. Don't trade Jumpman. You know what I'm saying? Don't trade.
I think we got enough.
Yeah. I think, yeah, man. Just rock with what you got, man. The thing about tinkerers is they can't help themselves with tinkering. They'll tinker it till it's almost great and then tinker it till it fall apart. Right? They can't help themselves. Yeah, bro.
The only caveat I will make to that is that this administration has actually made very good midseason moves. That's the only caveat. Like we got Josh midseason, fit right in. We got Rose midseason, fit right in. We got, you know what I'm saying? We got OG midseason, fit right in. Right. So like, while I 99.9% agree with what you're saying, no trades, this, that, and the other, I feel like if they do, it'll probably be good.
Yeah,
I have no idea of anyone.
And my thing is this. My belief is that Kev McCullough, Pakham Dadier, Ariel Huckporty, and Tyler Kolek are NBA players that need experience, right? I'm not going to say they're not NBA players. I think they are. I think they need experience. The only thing, though, about young players going to championship contenders is there is no room for development of young players during a championship run
on the court.
So minutes are going to be sparse. So when you get those minutes, you absolutely have to play the best minutes of your career every time you touch the floor. You got to play the best you've ever played every time you touch the floor. Right? Now, with that said, could we see Kev McCullough or Pakham Dadier get some of those Landry Shamet minutes that are negative minutes? Yes. Right? I would rather see Kev McCullough and Pakham Dadier get those Landry Shamet minutes for the present and the future. Right? Because Landry Shamet, the way Landry Shamet plays, bro, he's not gonna get better. His chemistry with Cameron Payne is awful. When Cameron Payne plays without Landry Shamet, Cameron Payne's a stud. When Cameron Payne plays with Landry Shamet, both of them are off, right? It appears that Deuce and Cam Payne can be a cohesive unit if you add a bigger wing to play with them. But when you put a smaller guard there with them, then it throws off. Deuce's offense is off. Cameron Payne's offense is off, and they're trying to develop a chemistry with Landry Shamet that may take longer than the time we have available. And there's no knock on Landry Shamet. I'm sure he's been nothing but professional. But if you are trying to develop chemistry with Landry Shamet, who may not be here next year, why not do that with Kev McCullough and Pacom Dadier, who you know are going to be there?
Because he may be a better option. Because he's probably, I'm going to say, the better option for a team, like you said earlier, that's making a championship run. Like, I hear you on I love Dadier, actually. I love
Yeah,
Dadier, and I actually think that our group of picks this year was actually dope. I love Kolick, love Kolick, love Kolick. I
right.
like, they better not trade Kolick. Like,
They
that
better not trade
definitely, he's definitely he, he's gonna take over. He's gonna take over Deuce spot, and probably when Brunson declines, he's getting up there. Like, I could see him living with the team, like growing with the team. Um, but I'm gonna say this: their development on the court during playing time on an actual championship run, I I I feel like if we see lots of minutes from them now just because they're going to be here in the future, I think that something bad would have had to have happened, an injury to somebody, or, this, that, and the other. I do not see them getting regular playing time. And this is not even about Tibbs. I don't see them as players like, oh, you want to get them to develop on the court. Not during this year. Their development is totally in practice and the
impressive.
G League. And you know what I'm saying, playing and uh playing whatever spot minutes that they could play. But I just don't see Shamit being like falling to Dottie unless like he shows something super dope and consistent in practice.
Right.
I don't know. I
I
just
think
don't see it.
right because you're speaking to a coach's comfort level. Because you could see Shamit can plug and play without the coach having to worry about him, even if he doesn't net you positive results. When you put a rookie out there on the floor, you got to manage the game and worry about the rookie not picking up negative habits at the same time. It's just too much to handle at one time. And so I get it, but the point I was getting
It's
at
a it's a it's like we think it's easy. It's a different perspective.
right, right, right. I feel you. I feel you. Free Keith. The reason why I mentioned that though, specifically, is because in Game 7 last year against Indiana, the game that we lost, when guys were leaving the game due to injury, and Tom Thibodeau looked at the end of the bench, there was nobody down there for him to go to. Remember, Bogey was out, Josh Hart was out, OG was out, Randall was out, Mitch was out. And then you look at the end of the bench, there was nothing there that you could go to and put in and feel confident in a game 7 on your own floor when you're down 14 points. Right? Remember that.
Having
Remember.
put them in, having put them in a couple games during the season wouldn't have changed that though.
Yes, it
No, no,
would.
no. Yeah, no. I get that. I get what you're saying.
Nah,
But
nah, bro. Nah.
no, that's not what I'm not saying that if you bring a random rookie off the bench and he's going to come in and score 15 points so that, you know what I'm saying, so that you could take the lead on your own. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying ultimately is when those injuries when those injuries hit us, right? We didn't have a plan B because we were full throttle. Our plan was go full speed, right? But then when the
We were
road,
in plan B.
yeah, yeah, bro, yeah. But well, the thing I'm getting at is you don't have to have the guy come off the bench and score you 30 points in 8 minutes. What you could have is shift the way that you put lineups on the floor so that you can perform better with the guys that are healthy. Is what I'm saying, right? With Landry Shamet, you're not even seeing that right now in the regular season, right? And to hope that this thing develops by the postseason, to me, is putting too much stuff at risk. You're hoping that a journeyman guy comes into your system and plays, and he's playing bad now, and then you're hoping he turns into something by the time the playoffs get here. I don't think you can rock like that. At least at a minimum, if you have your young guy here, you had him here through all the way out throughout your system. He understands stuff, and even if you still lose, he carries that valuable lesson he learned in high leverage games into next year. So if things occur next year, he'll be super prepared because he was actually in high leverage games. That's the point that I'm getting at.
I agree with you. Now you can't give that up. But
I hear,
for me,
I hear
a
you,
little
but
bit
those
more
same
throughout
high
the
level.
season to see, and then when the playoffs come, they'll be that much more polished. You may not be able to rely on them, but you can put them out there to do one or two things to help you out. I think playing them just like what's his name, coach from San Antonio, Greg Popovich, how he used his players. I'm not saying we need to go that full tilt, but I do agree that some of these young guys need to be getting minutes, and I think Shamit hasn't really been that good. And I think that if
And
Packham
he's
could
been
come in and do
trash.
some
He's
good
been
things,
trash.
yeah, he's been bad. Like that whole Champagne Lago, yeah, that guy
Yeah,
went
that's
right in the garbage. But if Packham could get minutes and we see more of Packham or we see more of Ariel, like the direction you're moving, now you're trusting them, and they're gonna be a lot more polished for those games. And they may get a key block because they remembered something they learned from the season. Because remember how players are. Even in baseball, if you look at some players, they look for a specific pitch all throughout the year. But if you know what pitch they're looking for, you can set them up all the time. Ariel's been coming along good. I want to see Packham. So has Tyler Kolek. Let's actually see young guys on the court because we've never seen that in the last 10 years. And they're playing good as a team, especially with injuries with OG. I didn't think we would win. I'm being serious. I thought we were going to
I don't
lose to the
think you.
Rockets. Go ahead,
Grizzlies.
I
Keith.
think you guys aren't evaluating. I think you guys aren't evaluating for real, like where we are. Because, like, yeah, it sounds good. Like, yeah, okay, we should put them in for these higher leverage games so that they get experience and this, that. But, like, understand those high leverage games, we got to win.
Right? Yep. Yep.
So it's like it's not a each one of these, like, this is a playoffs within the playoffs, like for a championship caliber team that's chasing a chip. Those games that y'all want them to play are important games for us to win.
Yep.
So it just I hear it, I sympathize with it. Oh, I want to see the young guys, but I this is not the year for that. This is
Freaky,
this,
I'm
this
not
is
talking
it's
about
not for real.
I'm not talking about young guys
What
development
you what
overall. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about developing young guys.
you
I'm talking about Landry Shamet specifically. I'm just talking about Landry
bro,
Shamet specifically. Landry Shamet has been worse than hot dog water, right? And if you're gonna
season got
throw
ups
away,
and downs, even even for a seasoned player. I'm gonna go ahead and say again, on a championship run, I'm going to trust, or at least I'm going to lean on more that veteran player to to figure it out more so than I am a young a young rookie player to figure it out.
It's not even that.
Because now that once I put the rookie player in, I have to actually be dual focused. Now I'm not just championship run coach, I'm development coach. So I have to be now I have to also look at this player and make sure that,
I
oh,
understand that. That's what I
like
mentioned. That's
Freezy
what I
was saying,
mentioned. I said that. That's what I said.
no,
To
as
the
I
point
said,
you made
like
earlier.
Freezy was saying, you can't it, and that game that you're in currently has to be won.
Yep.
You're on a
Absolutely.
championship run. Each one of these games is important.
Absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
put so it's a matter of perspective, and I understand taking the other perspective. I understand it.
Right. Right. Right.
If this was 2 seasons ago, I'm with you 110 and 20%.
But the thing is about Shamit. Shamit
It's
has
it's not the year.
he's not shown you anything this season that actually is worthy of him being put in the game. I'm
Nah,
sorry. At this point, I'll put
they were
Ariel
good.
or Tyler in before him.
Champagne, that whole Champagne thing came from somewhere. Actually, they had a very good run. They were playing well, and then it turned to trash. And this is what I'm saying. The the the, the season has ebbs and flows for each player. I'm going to trust that they're going to get back to it more than I'm going to trust my rookies to actually help me win these games that I need to win.
But he's been a negative. That's what
That's
I'm saying.
all I'm saying.
You're gonna still play
It's
a
all
veteran.
right. Every player ain't gonna
Okay.
be every guy isn't gonna be up all the even Cat. How many games he's had? Like 11 points. He got held down here. You know what? We should have been like, yeah, like, oh, maybe Cat ain't the guy. Like, nah, like you have down runs as well. You can't really judge people by like the down periods. Like, I don't think that that's going to be a forever thing, and I think it's just a slump.
But the slump's been on. He only had one good week. That's the thing that scares me. This whole 30 or so. I mean, yeah, like I think what we are 44 games. The 44, whatever number we're
Yeah,
on. He's only shown me about 3 games that they actually looked good together, and 2 of them were in losses. When we were trying to come back and Tibbs cleared the bench and he came out and did some defense. But for the most part, I've seen him come in, get 2 quick fouls. He's the lax person on defense. So much so it's just as bad as almost like anybody else there. To me, Shamit hasn't shown anything. So for me, I'd rather find someone else, give them the work to see what they
Yeah.
have, and trust them.
Bro,
Doesn't have to be a rookie.
it's been 20 games. It's not like he only been back for 6 games. It's been 20 games.
Yeah,
This dude's been back since December.
that's pretty much a quarter of the season right there.
Yeah, he been back since December, bro.
but he also hasn't been. But he also hasn't been getting regular minutes. Him on campaign. I mean, or Payne. They haven't been getting regular minutes.
Yeah.
They
Hey,
haven't been
Cowboy
getting
Bob,
minutes
we
like
gotta
that you
we
can
got
count on, and like they haven't been getting minutes like that,
yeah, Cowboy Bob, we gotta wrap up, man. I'm
especially during the run.
stage just real quick so I can do this thing with Free Keith. Free Keith, man, we hit
Oh,
our thing. You
oh,
you got anything to say
oh,
before we get out of here?
man, thank you for rocking with us, man. I'm looking forward to getting back into us next week because like we ain't done.
All right. So I want to thank Cowboy Bob for coming through and hanging out with us, man, on last minute.
Appreciate you, Bob.
Also to the special guest that was supposed to come, man. I hope everything work out. I ain't gonna say who it was because we might have to use that special guest thing one more time. And so thank you to the chat, man, everybody for coming through. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, man. We out of here, y'all. Peace.
Go New York, go